Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Today, it's going to sound like I'm complaining because I probably am. But today, I noticed something in the last week or so, and up until this week, I was all for what I'm about to describe. But I saw the flaw, and now I'm not for it. Here's what I'm talking about. The Vegas echo chamber. Now, there are four people that I follow about finances. Meet Kevin, Jeremy, Graham Stephan, and Andrew Jick. And when I started following them, Meet Kevin was about, he did the stock market, mostly news about the stock market. Graham Stephan was personal finance. Andrew Jick was mostly about dividend stocks and a little bit about personal finance. And then Jeremy was strictly about stocks. Now, and I thought that was great because that was a great mix for me. 3 out of the 4 were into real estate. All 4 were into the stock market, and all 4 of them are millionaires. And if you want to become a millionaire, you need to hang out with millionaires. So I seek these guys out so I could have different points of view and see different viewpoints on different investments and different styles of doing different things. And I really do enjoy that, and I still watch these programs. However, I am not as excited to watch them as I used to be, and I couldn't figure out why. They've all got great personalities. They all give good content. The length of their shows is just about perfect. And so, about a year or so ago, Graham Stephan moved from LA to Las Vegas. And you would think, okay, so what? Well, Andrew Jick and Jeremy both lived in Vegas. Again, so what? Their content didn't really change much, just their geography. And ever since I've been watching Graham Stephan, I've done a series of videos, and I'm going to continue. I feel like he's building an empire. He's not just there giving content and making money. He's working on building a YouTube empire, in my humble opinion. And I thought, great. I mean, great. And I thought he moved to Vegas for financial reasons, for taxes, to keep his taxes down. Also, if he was going to expand and need to buy real estate, he could get it for a fraction of the cost rather than in Vegas, and a fraction of the taxes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, here was the trigger that I noticed. Okay, there was 2. The first one was, I noticed on, Graham Stephan does a show on Sundays called the Iced Coffee Hour. And the first thing I noticed was they kept having the same 3 guys on there pretty regularly, which is not a bad deal. I mean, it's, they're interesting. They got things to say. But I thought, okay, it's got its pluses and it's got its minuses. But the last week or 2 ago, Meet Kevin was on there. And Graham Stephan was given advice about his program. And Meet Kevin grabbed a piece of paper and a pen and started writing notes. And I thought, okay, that's weird. Because believe it or not, Meet Kevin is worth about 4 or 5 times what Graham Stephan is worth. So for him to take advice on his program really kind of surprised me. And that's when the other shoe fell, and as soon as I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. In the last year and a half, all 4 of those guys have basically changed to the same format. Graham Stephan went from real estate and personal finance to doing news and research on personal finance and real estate. There's a big difference. Andrew Jick went from dividend stocks to cryptocurrency. Now he's doing information about and news on the economy. Jeremy went from doing strictly stocks to explaining the news that affect the stocks. They're all changing their formats from a specific format to a general news station on a chosen field. Now, why is that important? Well, I get it. From their standpoint, content becomes harder over time if you're in one field. News happens every day. So from their point of view, they will be able to reach a wider audience because they're not zeroing in on a specific thing, and content will be easier because all they have to do is read a newspaper, watch TV, do internet, watch shows to get content. That easy peasy. Kevin does 3 or 4 different videos a day just on the news. He does a stock opening, a stock closing, and in between and after. So he does multiple videos per day and never runs out of material because it's the news. Now, that's from their point of view, and I get it, okay? However, because they are all trying to go after the finance news content, they are all looking at the same rock from a different angle. Now, I enjoy the rock, but I don't want to look at the same rock from 4 different angles, and sometimes in the same day. I just find it extremely repetitive. I feel like I'm wasting my time watching all 4. I feel like I'm going to have to go find some new content and drop a couple of those. Now, again, from their point of view, if I'm right about Graham Stephan trying to build an empire, I believe what he's trying to do here is he's trying to become the mainstream media on YouTube for personal finance. And I said in a video many moons ago that the content that they were going to go after was going to have to be more general and less specific if they were going to go after a larger audience. Now, I understand how they got there because they're all friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they hang out a lot together because they have a lot in common. And they all live in Vegas. But here's the problem. when you have four guys with millions of viewers and millions of subscribers chasing after the same or similar content on a daily basis, you're creating an echo chamber. You're creating ABC, CBS, NBC, and CNN at the same time. I mean, they're non-repetitive, but they're all looking at the same rock from a different angle. I don't watch any of those four channels. and I feel like, and I have noticed this, they have different political viewpoints, but most of them are the same, and most of them are coming out as they speak on the news. You can pigeonhole them very, very quickly and very, very easily. And that is concerning to me. If I can tell your politics based on your content on YouTube, you're doing it wrong. Personal finance should have nothing to do with your political viewpoints, in my opinion. Now, the decisions that you make might have a bearing on your political viewpoints. But if I just listen to you and I can tell which side of the aisle you're on, you're doing it wrong. And I feel like they're all four doing the same thing, creating an echo chamber. Now, I understand that Meet Kevin is in LA. The other three are in Vegas, okay? And I get that. However, Meet Kevin also does the Iced Coffee Hour, which is in Vegas. Or he does it when they move the show to LA. And they do another show all together called Millennial Money, which again brings them all together, which is fine. But what I'm saying is it's creating an echo chamber, and I like all four of them, but I'm on the verge of dropping 2 or 3 of them and going and seeking different content, simply because I don't want to look at the same rock from 4 different angles. I want to look at 4 different rocks from your independent viewpoint. Well, that's all I wanted to say. You guys have a great day, a great week, and happy investing.